Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I recorded this and edited it a couple of days ago, so I'm just going to record the voiceover now and see if I can do it in one take. So I'm making a creamy chicken laksa. This is a new meal that it was an old meal that my husband and I used to eat all the time when our daughter was younger, and then we had 2 more kids and life got really hard and we stopped making it because children don't eat food. So anyway, it's a really, really simple meal that basically came from like a HelloFresh kind of, I don't remember if it was HelloFresh or Every Plate, but one of those recipes that we've basically made our own. So I just diced up some chicken thigh. I think in the original you poach the chicken in the sauce, but our son doesn't eat anything with actual flavour, so we don't poach this chicken. And I think they use chicken breast, pardon me, but I don't use chicken breast. I like thigh, it's juicier. They're just some like rice noodles because they're gluten-free. It's easier for us to do. So I just put them in a bowl of hot water just from the tap, and they sit there for a few minutes and get soft. I think I changed the water a couple of times. But yeah, just frying off the chicken in a little bit of olive oil. I cut it up really, really small because our son doesn't like anything. And we're trying to get him to eat parts of meals, so at least I don't have to cook 2 different things. This is the Laksa paste that we use. It's going into that second pot that I just put on the stove. We used half of it last week because we made this meal last week and it went down okay, so we're making it again. So it's half a jar of that Laksa paste and just heating it up to make it smelly. I don't know, it's got herbs and spices and stuff in it, so if you warm it up, it like activates the spices. And once it starts smelling nice, then we add the next bit. So just moving the chicken around in the pan to try and get that all cooked nicely. And then we chuck in a tin of coconut milk. Oh no, cream, coconut cream. I like it creamier. I didn't pull the lid off properly and then it fell in. Oh well. So once this, like the spice paste is like aromatic, then mix in the coconut milk, coconut cream, and just warm that through, essentially. And then, seeing if the noodles are ready, but the water was cold, so I added more hot water. I think you're supposed to add boiling water, but we don't have our kettle out on the bench all the time, and so just to get the kettle out and boil it, it's just easier to not do that. Fun fact about me and my husband, we both don't drink hot drinks, so like tea or coffee. He takes tea to work if he's working an overnight shift, but we don't drink tea and coffee regularly, so we don't have a kettle out on the bench. It's in the cupboard, and my mum gets it out every time she comes to stay, but we don't generally have it out. We have a little tub of instant coffee that I bought when we bought our first house 8 years ago, and we haven't gone through it yet. That's how much coffee is drunk in our house. So I just added some vegetable stock powder and some water to thin out the soup, because it's supposed to be, laksa is like a soupy kind of dish, but we tend to eat it less on the soupy side and more as like a sloppy curry. Just the way our kids like it. The noodles as well, I think if you heat them with boiling water, you can break them up into bigger bits, but we tend to have it as like tiny. So I just like break it apart with my hands. And so they get into tiny little noodle bits, but it's easier for the kids to eat with the sloppy sauce, and they can just use a spoon. So the tiny bits of chicken, the tiny bits of noodles, and the sauce, it's easier for them to eat, especially our 3-year-old. She likes to feed herself and she's not very good at it. So we've got to do everything we can to help her out. So just separating the noodles. Obviously, the more they're cooked, the easier they are to separate. So we try not to... some corn. Vegetable. No one eats it, just me and my husband, but we pretend. I did ask everyone if they wanted corn, but nobody did take me up on that offer. Fun fact, though, my eldest daughter, who doesn't like corn, wanted the rest of my dinner because I didn't finish mine. She finished hers. And so she asked me for mine, and I said, sure. You can have mine. And she's put a mouthful of corn in and said, I don't like corn. I said, okay, that's fine, don't eat it. And then she ate it all. So she does like it. She just doesn't want it in her bowl. The second pot on the stove is for my son, who won't eat the rice noodles. He just wanted 2-minute noodles, essentially. I wasn't going to fight him on the dinner. We had already had some battles this week, and I just don't need to have that in my life. So he had 2-minute noodles with some powdered cheese and a little bit of chicken, which he didn't eat. I just stirred the noodles into the broth to get them properly heated up while I'm cooking his 2-minute noodles. I actually forgot to put them on, so they were late. Now I've just got my little slotted spoon so I can take the noodles out without the broth, like bits of it go in, but our littlest daughter doesn't love the broth, so we try and get all of the noodles out for her, and she just has a little bit saucy, and the rest of us are okay. So I'm getting out as much noodles as I can without the broth, and then spoon it over at the end, depending on who likes what. So my husband and I have more of the soup than the kids. Our eldest will eat anything, so she has that, except corn apparently, even though she ate it. I probably made a little bit too much. I put too much stock in, but you live and learn. And then just the chicken that I cooked. It's supposed to go in with everything, but it's easier to serve it up separately. And then my son had a little bit on the side. I mix all of mine up because I just like it mixed up, but some of the kids don't like it that way. And then I think I do the corn next. Oh no, stir the noodles. I put them on late because I forgot about them, and then he was like, well, what noodles am I having, Mum? I was like, oh gosh, I better make those for you. So just the general meagering. He has no flavouring packet, nothing in it. He just has them plain, but they're we get them at a bulk box at Costco, so they're only like 50 cents a packet, which is great. Quick meal for him. I actually don't know if he even had any chicken that night. He didn't have it the week before either. I like this meal because it's easy to cook. There's not a lot of ingredients. It's very tasty. I would like it a bit spicier, but for the girls, we just make it more mild, like less curry paste. Corn for my husband and I. I don't know what's happened to the video. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for having dinner with us.